that guy. What else have I missed here? Oh, Mags. Max bullying Chad. Things you love to see. By the way, full grid for round one. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. Full grid for round one. Now, we just wait and see who is going to be the first driver on track in the VDL Racing League. Who is going to take the very first official, very important that part, official pole position in VDL Racing League. It looks like we have a Ferrari coming out onto the track first up. Was that Mr. Pro? It is Pro. Pro is going to be the first driver on track here in... Oh, dear. Here on track in Australia. Yeah, to be honest, I couldn't have picked a better driver, I don't think. Pro could well set our first provisional pole. He really could, in that Ferrari. In that Ferrari. Of course, tomorrow we get the real life Ferrari car reveal for the brand new season. I'm excited. I'm excited. We're going to give Pro a guard of honour. I think we should. I think all 19 other cars should line up on the start-finish straight and just let Pro go through. Give him his moment. Give that man his flowers. Yeah, I must say that SRC lineup with F1 on the left there is phenomenal. Thank you very much. Took me a few goes. It really did take me a few goes to get that lined up properly. But we got there in the end. We got there in the end. Of course, we are proud to be affiliated with SRC. If you want to get involved with SRC, you can use our discount code. I can't remember what it is, which is really bad of me. I should get that on the string for next time. But here we go then. Mr. Pro Hate. Pro Hate? Yeah, Pro Hate. We'll call him Pro. Turn 1. Very wide around turn 1, but he stays on track. Why are you shouting, Armin? I don't know. I don't know. Frank, there you go. Code VDL for Sim Racing Centre. Use that code. Get 10% off. Support SRC, support us as well. Big thank you to them for partnering up with us. Pro then, through the first sector, comes towards turn 6, dab on the brakes, get the power down, ride the inside curb. Very important you get a good exit there, because then is a very long straight, using battery, opening up the DRS, up into 8th gear, max revs, stops using the battery about halfway through, wants to save some for this final sector, into the very quick chicane, one of my favourite chicanes on the F1 calendar actually. Burns a bit more battery through the second DRS straight, on the brakes once more, flick it into the right, you can ride the outside curb on the exit, lifts but no brakes around the right hander, good from Pro. And now he's just got 2 corners left. Round the final corner he goes. Foot to the floor, opens up the rear wing, burns the last of his battery. And the first qualifying time in VDL Racing League is a 1:18.475 for Pro in the Ferrari. That is swiftly beaten by Kevin by more than 2 seconds. He goes provisional pole with a 16.333. Master G goes P2. Closely followed, just a 10th behind him, Famas Wayne in the Alpine. Quimo goes P5 with a 19.3 as Hazard comes around the final corner. Myron now takes provisional pole. These times are flooding in. Hazard goes P3, but Myron on provisional pole with a 1:16.206. Who are we going to go on board with? We're going to go on board with Burnsy. I think Burnsy deserves to be spectated for his first flying lap in the VDL Racing League. He's in the Red Bull, and I must say the Red Bull that got released the other day for 2026 is stunning. They've actually changed the livery and I'm stunned. VDL Brad puts his Racing Bull up into 3rd place with 1:16.5. And gents, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different teams in the top 8. 8 teams in the top 8. Wowza, I know it's very early days, but that's incredible. as Bernsey comes into the final sector now. He does have Mercedes not too far ahead of him, but hopefully it's far enough away that the dirty air is not going to be affecting the Red Bull. Final couple of corners then. Gets it turned in nicely. He's got 40% battery. Might want to use some of that on the run to the line. Opens up his rear wing. Maybe a distant toe. Nah, not really. Not on this go. And Bernsey goes P10 with a 1:17.596. The Brannons, that is, of course, Scotty MT. In the Haas, I think I predicted Haas to win the Constructors' title this season, and Scotty MT will play a huge part in that, and that looked very sweet indeed through the fast chicane. This is looking very, very decent for Scotty. Gets his car slowed down nicely. Maybe could have had a slightly better exit, as that is a Williams getting out of the way, I believe. Final couple of corners for Scotty. One left to go. 32% battery, rear wing open, burns what he's got left. In fact, he could have been more aggressive with his battery because he's still got a little bit left over as he crosses the line. He goes P5, so he puts the Haas into 5th place. Wow then, okay, so 11.5 minutes to go. Myron in the McLaren is on provisional pole currently as Scotty moves out of the way of a Williams. That is CJ Drama. Oh, that must be Matt Miles. That is Matt Miles on a hot lap. Oh, no. Oh, no. And he's binned it. Oh, my word. He lost it on the apex. Slid around. And he's broken his front wing. Oh, my word. Is that our first crash? I think that is our first crash. Oh, my word. I cannot believe he's just done that. Oh. Mag says, Scotty, I hope your bullet doesn't fall off. Those of you who have been around a long time will know exactly what Mag is talking about. I cannot believe that CJ has just been on his first, not his first quali lap, his second quali lap. And he's just absolutely binned it. In the Red Bull though, funny wave band, P3. I think that's Joshy. That is Joshy, of course. So he goes around on an in-lap actually. He's going to sit there because there are cars coming. He does not want to get in the way of any of them in case they're on a flying lap. Let's go and have a look. Milan is currently in P10. Is he on a flyer? No, I don't think so. He does not have very much battery. Mitch! We're going to go on board with Mitch in the McLaren. Waterboy 4755. Also known as Mitch. One of our favourites. And let's see how he goes in the McLaren. His regular teammate not here tonight, but Myron is a more than capable replacement. As Mitch is burning a bit of battery. As I say, don't expect Mitch to be putting his car in front row. But we are really excited to see how much this guy can improve. Purple Sector 1! Mitch has got a purple Sector 1! Mitch Dino, says Frank. Shift up a gear, Mitch. Up into 8th. 8th, there we go. There we go. Then into the tight chicane. Just about keeps it on track. How that wasn't invalidation. Wow. I don't know how that didn't invalidate. It cut a lot of the corner. Would have gained himself a lot of time. Into the final sector then for Mitch in the McLaren. McLaren Mitch. Milan says, what a stinker from me. You're P10. Kevin is into the 115s. JM Derilla, thank you very much for the follow. Kevin's into the 115s or the 15.8 to whack the Aston Martin onto provisional pole. Mitch goes into P18 with a 1:21.586. That is an incredible lap from Kevin. 15.8. He is nearly 3/10 up from anyone else. As Master G goes into P3 in the Ferrari, and he's half a second off Kevin. I predicted Master G to be fighting for wins, but Kevin is dunking on him right now. Half a second. Rate Mitch so much for learning all the assists. Yeah, Mitch has turned all of his assists off, so it is a learning process. Short-term pain for long-term gain is very much the story of the day for Mitch. I just hope he sticks with it. Doesn't get frustrated. He sticks with it. He will get there eventually. As Philippe in the second Aston Martin goes into P14, which his teammate is on provisional pole. Thank you, Frank. I'm trying not to look at the viewer count. I deliberately try not to look. Not just today, but anytime I'm on comms. I try not to look at the viewer count. But yeah, 31's mad. Quimo, what happened? Oh shit, Quimo's out. Oh no, what happened to Quimo? Quimo's out? Did he crash? Did he retire in the pits? Who knows? Who knows? The Mercedes of Pouldu has gone into second place at 16.1. Still only Kevin into the 1 minute 15s. Armin is going to be no, I think he's just finished a flyer. 16.4 in 5th place. Crimo says, I looked at the stream and hit the wall. I mean, I appreciate you, mate. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Maybe when you're on track, keep those eyes on the road, though. Just, you know, listen to me in the background, but when you're on track, just, you know, look where you're going. Little tip for you. As Armin comes into the pit lane. Famas Wayne, is he on a flyer? Possibly. Currently in 5th place. Oh, I think he's just gone into 5th place. He's half a second down, so this is not a flyer. Neither is Hazard. We're going to go on board with Lucas. He's just finished a flyer. 2019, F1 2019 then, in the Mercedes. Currently P13, unlucky for some. Oh my word, nearly loses the rear on the exit there. In the final sector, a couple of corners to go. He would definitely be looking to improve on P13. Where can he go? Mercedes, of course, the new livery revealed today. Not sure what I think about that. And F1 2019 goes P4. 2 Mercedes in the top 4. And it looks to me like there may well have been a little bit of time left in that one as well for F1 2019. So, yeah, I think he can improve there. I really do. Pro is coming into the pits. Matt Miles back out on track after his little whoopsie slightly earlier on. Crimo says, I was practicing laps, wanted to see how long was left to go for a quali time, and ended up hitting the wall. Deary me. Matt Miles riding too much curb there through the final sector. Cheeky. Milan. Oh, word Milan. Milan up into P2. The man who said he was looking forward to seeing how he compares to the fast guys around here. Well, he compares very well. He's up into P2 right now. Matt Mars not on a flyer. Burnsy is on a flyer, just coming towards the end of one. Currently P16 in the Red Bull. Can he improve? I mean, if he needs to find quite a lot of time. Milan's always been fast, Crimo. He has. Yeah, Milan's always been fast. He had a little bit of a dip when F1 25 came out, as Burnsy improves by 4.5 tenths, but stays in P16. Yeah, Milan had a little bit of a dip when F1 25 came out, but he's really rediscovered his groove. He really has. And, you know, P2 says it all. Tells you all you need to know. Lots of cars in the pit lane then. A couple of cars starting to come out for what I assume will be their final flying laps. Kevin still leading the way. The only man into the 115s. Milan may well fancy his chances. Or Speckbelg, sorry. I really should call him Speckbelg. That's what he is here, isn't he? I'm just so used to calling him Milan. But yeah, he will probably fancy his chances of getting into the 1 minute 15s. As will a few others. I think Master G has got time left in him still as well. Quite a few drivers coming out then onto out laps. Pro is on an out lap. Oh, yeah, he is on an out lap, yeah. We have a Red Bull. That is Burnsy. Oh, Burnsy! Oh, Burnsy! How is he not DNF there? My word. I'm bad luck for these guys tonight. I went on board with Matt. He binned it. I go on board with Max Burns. He bins it. Who do we want to go? Who is starting a flying lap? Is it Kevin? It is Kevin. Let's go on board with Kevin then. No, Fresh. That's terrible. That's terrible. Currently P1, provisional pole. This, I would expect this to be his final flying lap in quali. There's only 3 minutes left, so unless he decides to abandon it, this will be his final go. Currently provisional pole, 1:15.894. How does his first sector compare to his previous best? It compares well. He's up by 1/4 of a tenth of a second. Burns lots of battery, hugs a very tight line there. Does have Ferrari up ahead. He will want that car to move out of the way. Oh, and it just about does. Maybe a little bit of dirty air, but he does move out of the way. Flicks Aston Martin in left, and then right, and then runs wide, and invalidates his lap time. So Kevin will not improve on his 1:15.8. VDL Brad, what can he do? He will not be happy with 11th place. I can guarantee you that. He comes towards the fast chicane now then, rides the inside curb and the second one, keeps it off that curb on the left-hand side. Very, very important that you stay away from that curb. You do not want to get caught on that. It will cost you time. And in the race, could get you a track limit warning as well. Round the final, a couple of corners for Brad then. Big lift off the throttle there. One more corner to go. 24% battery in the Racing Bull. Opens up the rear wing, burns the last of his battery, stays to the left. Where does Brad go? He goes P6 with a 16.227. I don't know how happy Brad will be with that. I don't know. Pauldo in P3 in the Mercedes Pro Spun. Oh no, where is he? Purple first sector for Paul. He's nearly 2/10 up. Paul is pulled on for provisional pole. His teammate moves out the way. It's now clear air all the way to the line. My word, nearly loses the rear on the exit once again. Oh, and then he goes wide. How much time has that cost him? Oh my word, these drivers. Oh, and he comes into the pits. That's him done. Scotty MT puts his Haas up into 3rd place. F1 2019. Oh, he's starting. He is starting a flight. So we'll stay on board with the Mercedes. Currently P6. His teammate is P4. Very close to track limits there through turn 1. But of course, if you want to go fast, sometimes you really have to push those track limits as much as you can. P7 then, who has just improved? I think that is a Hazard in the Sauber up into 5th place with a 1:16.178 for him. Myron currently P6 in the McLaren. And of course, the Mercedes of F1 2019 in P7. Brad has been pushed down to 8th place right now. Master G is 9th. Master G is in 9th place. I was expecting more, I'm not going to lie. Brad just left the session. Oh my word. Did he or did he retire? Oh, he retired. Okay. So F1 2019 then. Last couple of corners. Can he push this Mercedes up onto the front row? I've not been keeping an eye on his sector time, which is really bad for me, seeing as I'm a commentator. Last couple of corners. I mean, he finds 2/10. He goes second. He only needs to find 2/10. What is he going to do here? He crosses the line. 2nd place! He puts it on the front row. What can Milan do about it, though? He's currently 1/2 tenth down. I don't think he's going to improve. My word. Choked my sector 3, says Paul. Milan onto the straight. Can he improve on a 16.0? No, he can't. He finishes 1/2 tenth down. Who's left? Just the Red Bull of Funny Wave Band. What can he do? P4! He puts the Red Bull up into 4th place, running the alternate white livery on that Red Bull. And he puts it up into 4th place. But huge shout out. I can't go on board with him because he's not on track. But Kevin, in the Aston Martin, takes the first ever pole position in the VDL Racing League. A 1:15.894. Look how close this quali is, by the way. We'll go through the grid in just a second. But this is close. This is really close. What a qualifying session to get us underway. Milan says could have got pole. Bottle turn 1, dearie me. So Kevin, pole position for the Aston Martin. Alongside him, the Mercedes of F1 2019.
No, Mikey, no, Mikey, that was so not right.
Milan P3, Funny Wave Band P4, Scotty MT P5 alongside Myron in P6, Pauldu P7, Hazard in P8, Brad in P9, Master G rounds out the top 10. Armin is in 11th, Lucas in P12. The two Alpines are Famos Wayne and Chaz Knight Rider, 13th and 14th. Philippe in 15th, Max Burns, or Burnsy, in 16th, CJ in 17th, Pro 18th, Quimo 19th, and Waterboy in the McLaren in P20. The 44 is a Lewis Hamilton reference, and he's in a Red Bull. So I'm not sure how he feels about being in a Red Bull. But formation lap is underway. Let's talk tyres, and it is a pretty even split. A pretty even split indeed. Mediums and the hards both on show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on hards, 11 on mediums. So the front row sees a split strategy. Kevin on pole on the mediums, F1 2019 on the hards. Then you have Milan, Waveband, Brannon, Scotty, and Myron on the mediums, Pauldo on the hards, Hazard and Brad on the mediums, Master G and Armin on the hards, the quartet of Lucas, Wayne, Chaz and Philippe on the mediums, and then the 5 at the back, Burnsy, Drama, Pro, Quimo and Mitch all on the hard compound tyres. Who am I backing? Game recommended hards. Is AI allowed? I believe, yeah, I think so, Milan. I think AI is allowed. But obviously anything that happens whilst you're under AI, you're kind of responsible for. Who am I backing? I've got to pick a winner from this. I'm gonna go for. I'm going Milan. I'm going Milan. Spec Bell. I know he's watching. I know he's listening. And he's probably never going to forgive me for putting a jinx on him. But I'm going for Milan. But here we go then. They're lining up on the grid. I am so excited. Angel says Master G, top 3. That would be a hell of a drive from P10. Scotty MT needs to learn how to park a car, as does VDL Brad. Both of them missing their grid spots. The Haas and the V-Cup. And Wayne, oh my word. Must be an admin thing. All 3 of them. Deary, deary me. Right then. I'm ready. Here come the red lights in Australia, and VDL Racing League is a go. A really good start for F1 2019, and he's got the jump on Kevin despite being on the hard compound tyres. He's ghosted. Why is he ghosted? He's not anymore, and he leads the way. Oh, we got a Haas in trouble. Is that Scotty MT? I think it is. Let's bring up position change. Who's had a good start? It's absolute chaos. It is chaos. There's cars everywhere. Milan in P3, Kevin P2. That is a McLaren of Myron. He's already made up 2 places? I'm sure he's made up 2 places. He started 10th, right? And then he's gone down 2. Really? I don't bloody know. Wayne has dropped to the back. He is down in P20. Has he got wing damage? No, he doesn't. He's right behind Mitch. Oh my God, Wayne. Did he just hit the wall? I think he may well have hit the wall. But F1 2019 leads the way on lap 1. He's on those hard compound tyres, don't forget. This is absolutely perfect for him. Absolutely perfect. He can stay in front, control the pace of this race. He will be a very happy man indeed as he comes round the final couple of corners. Yellow flags in sector 3. That is for the McLaren of Mitch, who has gone off the track. But F1 2019 completes the first lap in VDL Racing League. He is on P1. Kevin is in P2. Milan and Waveband have not changed places. They are still P3 and P4. Hazard in the Sauber, P5. 2 Saubers in the top 5. Looking good indeed. Scotty MT is in P6 with Myron in P7 in the McLaren. Pauldu P8 in the Mercedes. Brad is still where he started this race in P9. He's got Armand behind him in the Williams. He has swapped places with Master G, who is in P11. Chaz has made up 2 places in 12th for Alpine. CJ Drama made up 4 places. A great opening lap for him. Up into 13th. Lucas in P14. Bernsey in P15. Crummo up 3 places to 16th. Pro 17th. Philippe 18th. Famas Wayne 19th. And our beloved Mitch down in P20. But look at this. F1 2019 right on the... No, he's been overtaken. Kevin's got past him. Kevin has got past him with DRS. And he is now back to where he started. The top 4 are as you were at the end of qualifying. Importantly, though, for F1 2019, if you can just stay in the DRS, which is very, very easy to do around Australia, it is almost just like one massive DRS track. If you can just stay in the DRS of Kevin, he will be sitting very, very pretty indeed. Field very, very tight at the moment. A little bit of a gap here. Behind, oh my word, up the inside, Quimo on Bernsey, gets the move done. Bernsey loses the position, and a little bit of time as well. Famas Wayne goes past, and Pro goes past, and Philippe as well. Bernsey has just lost 4 positions in the space of, 2 corners. My, oh my, oh my, he will not be a happy chappy at all. Takes a little bit of curb there as well. But Famas Wayne, after a nightmare start, dropping down to last, is already back up into 16th. Frank says, like pre-season, I think this I can't say. Famas Wayne goes past Grimo and up into P15 as we see a move for the lead once again. F1 2019 back up into P1 ahead of Kevin. We could well see this being a regular thing, not just today, but perhaps throughout the season, as Waveband is very, very close to the Sauber of Milan. They're round the final corner. Is he going to get the run? He's right in the slipstream of Milan. Not that there is much of a slipstream on this game. Let's bring up telemetry so we can see battery levels. Actually, do you know what? How big is the gap? So from P1 down to Lucas in P14, it's 6.5 seconds. And up the inside comes Hazard. Now he's going to have to go around the outside now, but doesn't manage to make it stick. Waveband holds on to 4th place. Wowee. That was some attempt by Hazard. Scotty MT now, possibly he's got the run on the Sauber in front. He's got much more battery than Hazard. Is he going to burn and go for the overtake? He sees the harvest light flickering on the Sauber. He's going to have to go around the outside as we head towards the chicane. Is he going to get the move done? No, he's not. He backs out of it and holds position with Hazard still in front. But here he goes again down the left-hand side. He's going to have to go the long way around. Haas versus Sauber. Oh no, and he's damaged his front wing. He's damaged his front wing. Hazard held on to the position. Scotty went for the switchback, but caught his front wing. You can see his front right end plate is missing there, and that is bad news for Scotty MT. We have yellow flags. Who is that for? It's Chaz Knight Rider! Chaz Knight Rider is in the gravel! Oh my word, a nightmare start to this race for Alpine. And Chaz, waiting very, very patiently to get back on track here, rejoins back in 19th place. Oh my word, what has happened to Chaz? He comes into the pit lane. Oh my word, are we about to see our first retirement in VDL Racing League? I wonder, actually, I just wonder, he's retired. Did his brake pedal go again? We saw it in the pre-season race. His brake pedal broke at Silverstone and he went straight into the wall. I just wonder if he's got pedal issues. No, it didn't, he says. Oh dear. Oh dear, he's had an incident. Oh, rear wing damage. Yeah, that will end your race. That will end your race. Not good news for Chaz. He becomes the first DNF of VDL. Deary me. Deary me indeed. Yellow flags except the one then, as the game, for whatever reason, decides to re-release his retired Alpine back onto the track. We are starting lap 6 then here in Australia. Kevin is leading the way. Milan is now up into P2. What's happened to F1 2019? What's happened to him? He's lost so much time. He was fighting for the lead not so long ago. Now he is in 10th place. What is going on here? Brad in the RB having a look at Mercedes Pouldu. Not getting the move done. Oh my god. F1 2019 down the inside. Oh, he's spun. He's spun. He's going to lose more positions and more time. He's facing the wrong way. He gets it turned around. And this is a nightmare race for F1 as well. Oh, dearie, dearie me. 16th place. He was in the lead only a lap or two ago. Nightmare for him. So we have a little bit of a gap now out front. The top three of Kevin, Milan and Waveband in the top three. I think they're all on... Are they all on the same tyres? They are. They're all on the medium compound tyres. This is a straight fight then. This is a straight fight. Kevin leads the way with Milan P2. Waveband in P3 with Myron in the McLaren. P4 as Bernsey picks up a 3-second time penalty in his Red Bull. Hazard P5. Scotty MT P6. Excuse me, with Pouldu in P7 in the Mercedes. Brad is P8. Master G P9. Armin in P10 with his teammate behind him. So both Williams doing alright. CJ's made up 6 positions from his starting grid spot. Lucas in P12. He has a time penalty. We have yellow flags in the final sector. Is that for Bernsey? I think it may well have been for Bernsey. Yeah, I'm not sure. Where was I? So Pouldu P7, Brad P8, Master G P9, Armin in P10 with Matt behind him in P11. Lucas P12. He's got a 3-second time penalty. Wayne has recovered nicely. He dropped it back on the first lap and is now up into 13th place. Crimo in 14th. F1 2019 in 15th. Philippe in 16th. Pro 17th. Bernsey in 18th with Mitch down in 19th place. And Armin is looking very interested indeed. On the Ferrari in front. He's going to go left. He's going to go right. The Ferrari defends the inside line. Armin's going to go for the switchback, is he? Can't quite get the exit that he needs to make that move stick. So Armin holds on for P10. He knows he shouldn't really be at risk from the guy behind. It is his teammate. So he's not really going to go for any crazy moves. And that is good from Armin. Scotty MT is going to be into the pit lane to get rid of those medium compound tyres and a front wing change. See the front wing being taken off. New one going on then. What tyres is he putting on? Hard compound tyres for Scotty MT. He's going to rejoin the race in P16, not too far ahead of Bernsey. Pit lane as well in the Ferrari. Front wing change for him as well. So we are seeing a couple of front wing changes. Milan is out in front. He has made the overtake on Kevin. So Milan is now leading this race on lap 8 of 29 here in Melbourne. Kevin in P2 with Waveband in P3. Myron in P4 has actually closed that gap just a little bit. 2.5 seconds now between himself and the leading trio. Admins are having stinkers, says Chaz. Yeah, yes they are. One's out with rear wing damage, one's broken the front wing. Wayne had a nightmare first lap. Our highest place admin right now is Brad in P7. But Brad is looking very, very racy indeed. Alright, we're going to hop on board with the leaders here then. And look how cars you can see on the pit straight. It's really good to see. It is really good to see. Chaz says, me and Wayne considered a tow in quali for 30 seconds and then we got scared. I would have paid good money to see that, as we see a Red Bull of Waveband having a look at Kevin. Kevin just about holds on to the position. The Adrian Newey derby, we are going to call this. Yellow flags in the final sector for Bernsey in the Red Bull once again. Yeah, and this is allowing Milan just to drive off up the road a little bit. 7.5 tenths now, the gap between Kevin in P2 and Milan in the lead. But Waveband is getting very close. And look, Myron, 1.7 seconds now behind the trio. F1 2019 picks up a 3-second time penalty his race goes from bad to worse. Myron is fast closing in. Pouldu now in P6 in the Mercedes. He has got a 3-second time penalty. That is now 5 drivers with time penalties already in this race. We are only 9 laps in. 1.5 seconds then, Myron to Waveband in P3. And yeah, Milan is just doing enough to keep them at arm's length. Kevin is actually under fueled, I believe. Kevin's fuel light is on. He would not be averse to a safety car, I would have thought. But he may well have to save some fuel. As we see Master G up the inside of Pouldu into turn 1. Pouldu goes slightly off the track, but Master G moves himself up into 6th place as Quimo gets past Famas Wayne. Wow, Quimo overtaking Famas Wayne up the inside of turn 1. A great move there. Scotty MT moves up into P15 as F1 2019 comes out of the pit lane and rejoins in 16th place. I don't know what has happened out front. Milan has broken the DRS. He has broken the DRS. 1.3 seconds the gap between 1st and 2nd place. And the Sauber, well, now he really needs to make the most of this and disappear off. And look, he is burning his battery. He knows this is big. This is big. If he can stay out of the DRS of Kevin, this is a huge opportunity for Milan to put him into the driving seat to take our first ever league race win. Where's the detection point? It is there, I think. Yeah, Kevin did just about get back into his DRS. Good from Kevin. Yellow flags in the middle sector. That's Bernsey! Bernsy's in the wall! In the Red Bull. No safety car though. He's going to get overtaken by the Ferrari of Pro. Oh, Bernsey clips the wall again there. Bernsey, I believe, is trying medium traction control, quite possibly. I think that might be right. I'm not 100% on that. But there we go then. Milan leading the way. 1.5 seconds now. Waveband, look, he's almost pushing that Aston Martin around these corners. I don't think it's going to be long before we see these guys come in. Frank makes a very good point in the chat saying that Milan needs to be wary of the undercut. I just wonder, is Milan going to preempt that? Is he going to preempt the undercut and pit this lap so that the guys behind him cannot undercut him? I don't know. We'll see. Kevin and Waveband, they're both very, very low on battery. In Waveband's case, he's actually got none at all. Milan sitting very pretty indeed with 20% and a 1.6 second lead out front. And Myron has joined the party in that McLaren. He has cruised up to the back of Waveband. Oh my word, look at him. He wants to get past. He's got way more battery. Are any of them going to pit? Is Milan coming in? No, he's not. Is Kevin coming in? Yes, he is. Kevin's going to go for the undercut. Waveband stays out. Myron stays out as well. So Kevin, this is really big for Kevin now. He needs to come out into clear air. There's lots of cars whizzing by past his garage right now. Good pit stop from the Aston Martin crew. Releases that car back out into the pit lane. Where is he going to rejoin? Is he going to get clear air? Quimo goes past, so he's going to rejoin in 11th place. Little bit of clear air. Yellow flags in sector 1. That is for the McLaren of Mitch. Oh my word, Mitch has had a moment. Mitch has had a moment at turn 2. I believe he's struggling to get it going once again. Does not want to get in the way of these cars coming through. And Myron has got DRS on Waveband. He's got the battery advantage. He's got the rear wing advantage. Now he has the position advantage. Myron moves up into P2. Now, what can he do about the lean green machine out in front of Milan? And Waveband picks up a 3-second time penalty as well. So he loses 2nd place. Then he picks up a 3-second time penalty. A bad lap, I think it's fair to say. A bad lap for Waveband in P3. Does Milan respond now then? Kevin is pitted. Does Milan respond? Yes, he does. Does Myron respond? He stays out. Myron stays out on track. Milan just about gets that Sauber slowed down. Where is he going to come out in relation to Kevin? He's going round the penultimate corner right now. Milan released from his grid pit box. Where's Kevin? Here he is down the straight, burning his battery. Where's Milan? Milan's still in front. Milan holds on to P6. He's in front of Quimo. He's got a car between himself and his closest rival. But not for long, because here comes Kevin. He switches to the inside on Quimo. Aston Martin versus Ricard. Huge for Kevin. Absolutely huge. Kevin had to get that move done right there as Mitch picks up a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Kevin had to get that move done. He could not afford for there to be a car in between himself and Milan and allow that Sauber to drive off up the road. And now Kevin is in the DRS of Milan as well. Myron, surely Myron is going to come into the pits on this lap. He has to box now, surely. Yellow flags in sector 1 as Mitch leaves the pit lane in the McLaren. We're on board with his teammate. Myron does indeed come into the pit lane. We have more yellow flags in the final sector, possibly for the Red Bull of Bernsey, who moves out of the way. Right then, McLaren is off. Half tires on. He wasn't held. The game has this really weird thing where it looks like he's held, but he hasn't been. Master G picks up at 3 seconds, and Myron's going to come back out on track. Is he going to be ahead of Waveband? This is going to be very, very close indeed. Oh my word, they nearly come together. In fact, I think they did come together. Waveband takes to the grass, loses positions. Scotty MT up into P9. Make that P8 as he goes side by side with Quimo into the right-hander now. And that's 2 laps in a row that Quimo has lost the position on that corner. But Waveband, my word, his race is unravelling at a rapid pace and knots. Is that saying? I don't know if that's saying. Scott MT is now up into 8th place. Who has left to pit then? So the top 4 haven't pitted. So Milan is indeed net P1 with Kevin P2 and Myron P3, although that currently is 5th, 6th and 7th. Master G, Armin, Pauldu and CJ have all yet to pit. Of course, they are on the hard compound tyres. They're not going to be pitting for a few more laps. When they do, they're going to put on the mediums. They will be very fast. Believe me, they will be fast on those medium tyres. And of course, you can overtake in Australia, but you can also get caught up in a huge DRS train. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes as Milan and Kevin, what a ding-dong these pair are having. They take turns in setting the fastest lap. Now VDL Brad takes the fastest lap. You do, of course, get a bonus point for the fastest lap. So it is quite important, and who knows, one point could make all the difference when it comes down to a Drivers' or Constructors' Championship. So Brad is in P10 currently, but with Waveband having a 3-second time penalty, he would gain a position. So net P9, well, actually no, not net P9, net P5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, well net P5 I think, as Milan dispatches the first of the drivers yet to pit as he moves himself up into P4, CJ down to P5 in the Williams. His teammate is not too far up the road. Milan just needs to make sure he clears these cars as quickly as he can. As we see the Mercedes and Kevin down the inside on the Williams of CJ. He's desperate. He is absolutely desperate to not lose sight of Milan in front. As we see Milan charging up his battery. My prediction to win the race tonight, the Mercedes moves out of his way. Mitch retires. Oh my God! We've got a safety car. We have a safety car, ladies and gents. And this is absolutely beautiful for Master G and Armin. The timing for them is brilliant. We're seeing cars pull into the pit lane. Hello, Mas. Good evening, sir. You've just joined at the right time. We have our first safety car of the season. Cars are in the pit lane. Oh, my word. This is going to be chaos to keep track of who is where. But this does play into the hands of Master G and Armin out in front, because they can bin off their hard compound tyres, put the medium tyres on now for a very, very cheap pit stop. Mask, how are you doing, mate? Quimo has just picked up, oh my God, Quimo has just picked up a drive-through penalty for speeding under a safety car. I'm so good that VDL banned me from participating. We did not ban you. We did not ban you. You know the crack. But hello, really nice to see you. Milan, Kevin playing bumper cars. Are third-party reports allowed? And Burnsy now picks up a drive-through as well. Oh my word, drive-throughs left, right, and centre. I'm unsure, Milan, on that one, to be honest. Worth a question in the server afterwards. I didn't have a huge part to play in writing up the rules, so you have to grab the other guys for that. It's that so-called Polish dude that is blessing my ears. A pro! Oh my god, another drive-through penalty for a pro. Master G and Armin into the pit lane. It is that Polish dude, Musk. Thank you very much. Yes. I'm not Polish. So Milan. Oh, Armin's getting a wing change. Oh no, this teammate is going to get double stacked. Oh, nightmare for CJ. Not only is he double stacked, but his teammate is getting a front wing change as well. Oh, no. Disaster. Absolute disaster. Right, tyres. Let's have a look at tyres then. Safety car has picked up the leader. That is Milan in P1. Everyone's pitted. Yeah, I know. And you've got Master G. Oh, let's go through it. So the top three are all on track. As Burnsy retires from the session in the pit lane. 3 retirements so far this evening. So Milan P1, Myron P2, and Waveband P3 on relatively new hard tyres. But then you've got Master G, Kevin, Pouldu, and Armin. 4 drivers on brand spanking new medium tyres. They are going to have some really good pace. Yeah, Mitch is out, Mask, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. He is out. And he's just left the session. Yeah, gutted. I'm absolutely gutted for Mitch. Right, so yeah, the top 3 on the hards. Then Master G, Kevin, Pouldu, and Armin, all on the medium tyres. Brad and Scotty MT, they boxed again. They boxed again, so that's 2 stops they've done this evening. 4 fresh hards. Somehow, Brad's got past Scotty MT. I must have missed that one on track somewhere. But Brad has leapfrogged Scotty MT. Okay. F1 2019 was fighting for the lead early doors until he had an incident. He is now down in 10th place with CJ in P11. Quimo P12, Hazard 13th, Lucas in 14th, Famas Wayne in 15th, Philippe 16th, and Pro bringing up the rear in P17. Scott had to change his wing. He did on his first stop. Did he change his wing on his second stop? I don't know if he did. I missed his pit stop. I didn't see his pit stop. F1 participating in Australia. Hopefully, Mask, we can see you next week. I mean, you are a reserve. If you check in early, if you're one of the first reserves to check in, you're more than likely to get a seat for the night. You are more than likely. First come, first serve. First come, first serve. And of course, we had a full grid, so. I mean, I picked, at the start of this race, I picked Milan to win this. I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but he's currently P1. He's currently P1. You can't see me right now, but I am nodding my head in a little bit of smugness right now. F1 Mitch. Hello, Mitch. Not happy at all. Mitch. Practice makes perfect, mate. Practice makes perfect. You just keep at it. You just keep going at the grind, sir. Keep going. Keep putting the hours in. The more you practice, the faster you'll get. 100%. Promise. Safety car is coming in this lap. That is a very late call indeed. So, Milan then will back up the pack. Slow right down, become the de facto safety car and allow the actual safety car to peel off into the pit lane. And then we are at the mercy of the Sauber. When does he decide to go? It's now. Round the final corner he goes. Foot to the floor. Does he catch Myron sleeping? Doesn't catch him sleeping, but he is comfortable out in front. Does not give that McLaren any opportunity to get an overtake done into turn 1. In fact, I think we're all going to be very well behaved into turn 1. Who's in the pits? Quimo is in the pits, possibly serving a drive-through penalty, I'd have thought. Yeah, so we all get through. pretty unscathed. Milan in P1 with Myron in P2. We're on lap 19 of 29. 10 laps to go after this one then. And you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The top 9. We have 9 teams in the top 9, gents. 9 teams in the top 10. That's impressive. That is impressive. Constructors is going to be very, very tight, you know. Very tight. But now it's all about Myron. And can he stick with Milan and make this a battle to the end? He's got Waveband and Master G close behind. But of course they do have time penalties of 3 seconds. So 3 seconds for Waveband, Master G, Pouldu, Arman, F1 2019, Lucas Nicodim, a drive-through for a pro, and 3 seconds for Quimo, currently in P17. Great comms so far, been a great race, thank you very much. Thank you very much. A little bit rusty, yeah, a little bit rusty, not done comms for a while. Fastest lap of the race for Famas Wayne, a 1:19.285 in that Alpine, currently down in P14 with his teammate out of the race. Yeah, sorry Jazz, I did not mean to say that. For a split second I forgot. I forgot who his teammate was. What do y'all think of me as an article? What? What are we on about, Mask? A little bit rusty, don't give me that. I am a touch rusty. This is the first proper race I've done proper comms on since August? I've missed an overtake. See? I'm rusty. Master G goes past Waveband on those medium tyres. He goes up into 3rd place then. As Lucas picks up a 3-second time penalty, currently down in P13 in the Haas. As Arman and Pouldu side by side into the final sector we go. Arman with the inside. Pouldu is now going to have the inside for the penultimate corner. Williams versus Mercedes. Arman loses the position. Oh no, he doesn't. Arman takes the position back. He's got it under DRS on the pit straight. Arman back up into P6. Check Discord. Oh god, why? Okay. What I missed? What have I missed? Philippe picks up a 3-second time penalty. Rizky, don't forget to promote SRC during the race. Code VDL for 10% off. There you go, Jazz. I've done it for you. I'm not entirely sure that's how you meant me to do it, but I've done it. I think next week I'll get it displayed on the stream somewhere. Maybe next to the Sim Racing Centre there in the bottom left corner. I'll put the code up, the 10% discount, so it's there for anybody to see. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. I know, it just rolls off the tongue. It just rolls off the tongue. Right then, Myron in P2. Look how close he is to the rear end of that Sauber. We're about to start lap 22 of 29. We're entering the last knockings of round 1. And this is going to be a battle all the way to the end. I can guarantee you that. Bernsey says Mitch is an inspiration to us all. He absolutely is. He really is. I pray that Mitch just keeps at it. Yellow flags in sector 1. What is that for? No one's moving position. Is it? It's a glitch. It's a glitch. Good game. Good game. I forgot about that glitch. After a safety car, you keep... Yeah. Okay. Right, Myron is surely going to go for an overtake on Milan. Milan's burning battery on the exit. As we head into the DRS, Myron's burning his battery too. McLaren versus Sauber. Here he goes. Rear wing open. Milan defends the inside. Myron goes around the outside. And we have a new race leader. Myron up into P1. Bernsey has left the session. He's already out of the race. Scotty MT, aka the Brannans, picks up a 3-second time penalty. But yeah, Myron, our brand new race leader then. And Master G, his turn to have a look at the rear wing on that Sauber of Milan. Of course, does have a time penalty. Milan could afford to let him go. He would inherit the position back once again. But and it's a big but. Milan will want to get past Myron, but look at the gap already. Nearly 1 second. Myron is pushing. He's really pushing. Actually, he's not pushing that much. He's in none. He's in none. But he is so close to getting Milan out of his DRS zone. And if he can do that, it could well be good night. 9.5 tenths is the gap. Milan burns a little bit here because he knows the detection point is just after the chicane. There's the white line. Did he get it? I don't think he did. Oh, he did. He did get it. Wow, huge for Milan. Huge. He just about got into the DRS. That means he will get DRS here. And after this very fast chicane, he will get a second helping of DRS here. But that gap, look how close it is to 1 second. He's going to be in trouble. He's going to really struggle to stick with Myron here, showing great pace in that McLaren. His teammate, of course, is out of this race already. DRS detection point is there. Milan is just about holding on. Master G is in P3 with Funny Wayban in P4. Kevin P5, but looking good for a podium. The two drivers in front of them, both with 3-second time penalties. So Kevin looking very, very good for a podium. Video Brad as well, by the way. He's in P8. Looking at it, there's the gap leader, 4.5. Brad could be looking at a P4 from 8th. From 8th, he could be looking at a P4. He just needs this grid to stay tight, and he will inherit positions. Mask dominated the trials recently. Mask is fast. There you go. That's all you're getting out of me, mate. That's all you're getting out of me. You're fast. But you're not on the grid. You're not a full-time driver. Maybe we'll see him on the grid next week. Let's hope. Let's hope, because I think it would be a really good fight. As we see the recarb of VDL Brad, he says, I don't want to inherit positions. I want to take them on the track. He goes up into 7th place, overtakes a Mercedes of Pouldu. Oh my word, look at this. Pouldu is now being overtaken by the Haas of Scotty MT. Collision between the two. Little bit of bumper cars there. Pouldu holds on to the position, and Scotty MT has to stay in 9th place. But that has given Brad a little bit of breathing space. He got the overtake done. He's already broken the 1 second of Pouldu behind him. And he can now set about trying to catch Armin in P6. Out front, Milan has brought that gap down on Myron. It is now just half a second. Battery levels are reasonably similar. This could be a last lapper, you know. This really could be a last lapper. I wonder if Milan is just going to play the long game here. Sit behind, get the battery charged up, ready to attack Myron on the final lap. It's going to be super, super interesting how he plays this. But what a competitive race we've had. 25 laps in, 4.5 laps to go. As F1 2019 picks up another 3-second time penalty. I believe that is 6 seconds for him. It is indeed 6 seconds for him. As Master G picks up another time penalty as well. That is also 6 seconds for him. That is going to really, really hurt him. Let's take that off to none. Gap to leader so we can see where people are going to drop to. The bottom four have all got time penalties. As we see, actually, Lucas Nicodou, he's facing the wrong way in the Haas. Oh, my word. No safety car as of yet. He gets going again. Needs to clean those tyres off. He's currently in P15. My word, a race to forget for him. His teammate, Scotty, currently in P9, right behind. He's actually sandwiched in between two Mercedes. Pouldu in front and 2019 behind him in 10th place. But look how close these guys are. P6, Armand, only 2.5 seconds off the lead. I thought he was going to go straight into the rear end of that Aston Martin in front. We know that when Mask is racing, the FIA bans the DRS and the ERS because he's too fast. Maybe we should put Mask in an F2 car. We put him in an F2 car and put him in the grid. See how he gets on. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. As Master G, fresh from his 6-second time for me, running onto the grass just a little bit, but sticking in the DRS of Milan, and Milan doing a really good job of sticking with Myron. I do think Milan needs to get that battery charged up just a little bit more and get as close as he can to Myron before the last lap. We've only got 3 laps to go, ladies and gents. The race has absolutely flown by. Absolutely flown by. And Myron is now just 3 laps away from a maiden win here in the VDL Racing League. Fully deserved as well. Where did he start? He started in 6th, so he's up 5 places up into P1. A really, really solid drive. Solid. I mean, we've made 6 places in leading the race, so I'm describing his drive as solid. It's really good for Myron. Really good for Myron. W comments, by the way, Burnsy, appreciate you, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We love you, Burnsy. One of the first guys into our server. Yeah, I'm really impressed with Burnsy. Really impressed. Right then, 2.5 laps to go. Milan sitting in the DRS, not burning his battery. Myron, 50% battery. Milan, 50% battery. I could not call a winner. I could not call a winner at this point in the race. I really couldn't. I do know it is more than likely going to be either the McLaren of Myron or the Sauber of Speckfeld. I just can't pick one. Who do you think in the chat? Who do you think is going to win this race? Between Myron and Speck, who is going to come out on top? 2 laps to go. Oh, I should have known that Mask was going to say Mask. Frank's going Speck. I mean, yeah. Who would you rather be at this point? Would you rather be the car in front with the position in the lead? Or would you rather be the car behind on a track that is, you know, DRS heavy? Would you rather be the car behind so that you can attack on the final lap? I don't know. They're both charging up their batteries. Myron now up to 76. Milan up to 88. He's going to get DRS here as well. My word. Let's run through the field before we start the final lap. Myron P1, Milan P2, Master G in P3, Waveband P4, Kevin P5, but looking like he's going to inherit a podium. Armin P6, Brad in P7, Scotty MT P8. Then the 2 Mercedes rounding out the top 10 of F1 2019 and Pordu. Hazard in P11, Famas Wayne P12. We have yellow flags in the final sector. That is for Lucas Nicodem in 17th. Pro in 16th, Crummo 15th, Philippe 14th and CJ in 13th. But we're starting the final lap. We're about to start the final lap. And I cannot look anywhere other than this leading pair because I've absolutely no clue who is going to win this race. Verzi says, Risky, do you remember that Silverstone 5-lapper fell off like crazy? Might be to retire soon. Verzi, we've just got going, brother. We've just got going. You can't retire now. You cannot retire now. Much more to come from you, I'm absolutely sure. So, final lap of this race. Yes, I'll pick a driver of the day. Don't you worry, Chaz. This is not my first time doing comms, Sunshine. I know I need to pick a driver of the day. I need to wait for the race to finish, though. Myron in P1. Milan burning battery now. He needs to get closer to Myron. 71% versus 71%. He's going to get DRS, and you feel if Milan's going to do it, it has to be on this straight. Is he too far back? The gap is 4.5 tenths. He opens up the rear wing, burning his battery. So is Myron. Is Milan going to go for it? He's going to have to go for it. Goes up the inside here. Oh, my word. Contact between the two. Myron holds on to it. And you have to think that that is game over. And Myron is looking very, very good to hold on to this race win. But Milan gave it his absolute best as Kevin gets past Waveband for P4. But Myron rounds the last couple of corners. He held off the Sauber of Speckfeld. He's going to cross the line. Myron is your maiden race winner here in the VDL Racing League. Milan crosses the line in P2. Master G crosses the line 3rd. But Kevin inherits the final step on the podium for Aston Martin. 3 teams in the top 3. Things you love to see. My, oh my, oh my. Brad in P4 with Waveband P5. Armin P6. Scotty MT P7. Master G P8. We have 8 teams finishing in the top 8 positions. I love that. I absolutely love that. What a fight between these two. The McLaren and the Sauber. Myron versus Spec. Is this... Oh, Spec. Milan's going to have a word with the stewards. Wowza. Could we see this win settled in the stewards room? We could well see that. But what a race. What a race as we just wait for the Haas of Lucas Nicodem to cross the line. He's got no front wing. You kind of need one of those, really. Yeah. He's going to bring it home. He's going to bring it home. Shame about the penalties, Master G. Yeah, absolutely. What a shame. What a shame. Lucas is going to cross the line. I need to pick a driver of the day. Need to pick a driver of the day. I don't know. Let's run through the provisional finishing order, though. Heavy emphasis on provisional, by the way. As there is Myron, top step, celebrating with his phone out. Probably checking the Discord. Race winner Myron, fastest lap, Thomas Wang, bonus point for the Alpine man. Myron gets the games driver of the day, most overtakes and cleanest driver for CJ in the Williams as well. So P1 for Myron, he wins the first race at least on the track. Milan Speckberg in P2, Kevin rounds out the podium positions. Brad, P4, I think we'll be pretty satisfied with that after starting 9th. To finish P4 is a very good drive indeed. Wave Band in P5, Armin P6, Scotty MT P7, Master G P8 for Ferrari. It's the second sub of Hazard in P9. Thomas Wayne with the fastest lap P10. After a nightmare first lap, that's a good result for Wayne. Pauldu P11. CJ P12, F1 2019 in 13th with Philippe in 14th, Kumo 15th with Pro 16th, and Lucas was our final finisher in P17 for the Haas. A trio of retirements tonight, Max Burns, Mitch and Chaz all retiring from the race. And my driver of the day, I'm gonna give it to... Who am I gonna give